What's up guys, and welcome to the Car Wars YouTube channel. So today we are working the 2010 Nissan GTR. What we got going on here is the GTR. We got Peter chilling, eating beef jerky. And what I gotta do right now is actually probably take this front end apart a little bit. We got the new intercooler and the piping. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to start putting this front end together, put the radiators and stuff in so we can actually drive it around and have coolant in it and the intakes and everything. So I'm gonna start on that. We got Peter working on the rear end. He got the rear body kit bumper going on right here. So here's the OEM piece, here's the aftermarket. So he's got a lot of fabricating to do. I mean, he's trying to make these OEM brackets work because this is how it is. In the aftermarket, you're just supposed to use like screws and stuff, but we kind of don't like that. So Peter's trying to make the OEM brackets work right there. He's test fitting them. So yep, there's a lot of endless hours of this back and forth test fitting and making it work.
The carbon fiber trunk.
Oh, and here's the carbon fiber trunk. I don't think we have showed it to you guys before, but look at that.
This is probably the nicest piece that I bought ever that came from China.
From China.
And perfect fitment. I mean, this trunk came from the same manufacturer as our body kit.
So it's a really nice piece. I mean, the carbon fiber, look at that, no waviness, nothing. It's so perfect. So that's the carbon fiber trunk. Look at that, no holes. But honestly, the original trunk is actually crazy, super light.
It's aluminum, yeah. So if you GTR guys just want to swap the trunk, it's only for looks, not weight.
Yeah, well, and I think all GTR trunks come with holes.
Oh yeah, this was like 540 bucks.
$540 for this piece right here for a trunk.
That's actually, it's really high quality. Like the seams, everything is pretty sweet.
Yeah, definitely worth the buy. So I mean, we got the trunk on. Now Peter's gonna be working on that rear end, and I gotta start working on the front end. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so what I'm gonna do right now is actually open up the intercooler and the piping. So this is gonna be unboxing. It's gonna be an unboxing for me and you guys. Peter's already opened this, so he knows what it looks like. But this is gonna be an unboxing for us. So I gotta open it up because I'm gonna try to start mocking it up, see if it fits nice and everything, what we gotta do to mount it. Alright. Whew. She is thick. Look at that. That is huge. All right, that's the new intercooler. We need to write like Car Wars or something right here.
Yeah, yeah, this can be visible.
Because this is what's gonna be sticking out through the bumper. Also, we got the intercooler piping right here. A few couplers, or I guess the piping angles. We got connecting pieces. And we got some clamps. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now is I got all the broken stuff and the new stuff laid out here for the GTR for the front end. So I gotta figure out what we gotta reuse, what are the new parts, what are the gently used new parts to us, and pretty much figure out what goes where, because I gotta take this apart right now and just start assembling everything together, fitting everything for a good. Let's get to it. Alright, so I got this whole front end disassembled again. So what I gotta do is, this is the new fan holder radiator support, whatever it's called. and I got all the old stuff, so pretty much I just gotta start swapping everything over. The fans, we got good fans, but the motors were bad, and then we let Alex borrow one. Then we got different motors right here, and computers, and all the little flaps and everything. So little by little, I just gotta transplant everything from here to here. So I got the radiators mounted and this put back on, but I actually have to install, or roughly install, the intercooler on this part. That way I can line up the hoses and see what goes where. So let's mount this on. I'm gonna test fit it. So I figured most of the piping and everything out. Now it is time to disassemble everything and actually assemble everything for good. At least this part is going on for good. I gotta put all the bolts and nuts on the intercooler. I had to order some more piping. I forgot to order these pipes right here. We gotta get new ones, but that I can put on later. But let's get this torn apart. So I got most of the wires run. Everything's all buttoned up over here mostly, as much as I could. So as you guys might have seen before, this transmission cooler is damaged. We went ahead and got another one. It's a new one, it's a replacement. So let's get this fixed up, see if we can make this work.
Alright guys, so it is now a different day, and let me show you guys where I am with the body kit. So I'm 2 full days in and to try to fit this body kit, the rear bumper. So aftermarket stuff doesn't always line up and fit perfect. This rear bumper wasn't designed to work with the factory brackets and bolts and everything, so I'm trying to make it work with the factory stuff. Well, right here we had the biggest issue. It wasn't lining up right with the quarter panel. As you guys can see, it's not fitting right with the trunk and just all the way around. I mean, are you guys seeing this? That's pretty, you know, a pretty big difference between the 2 surfaces. I mean, literally, look at that difference. So this side is a little bit better. Anyways, what I had to do is they got these brackets where it pops in here. I had to cut the bumper off, align it with the quarter panel, and then fiberglass it in. This is all fiberglass, so cutting it and gluing it back together is not a big deal. But like the tail lights, none of the brackets are there. Everything is gonna have to be fabricated. They got these little bottom pieces here. I mean, biggest thing is, look at that. Look at those gaps. This is gonna have to be built up, and this right here is gonna have to get cut for, I mean, we're going for factory spec gaps. That's not something you get with aftermarket parts. So while Peter's gonna be doing that rear end, this is where I left off. I got this cooler totally mounted. It's all nice and fitted where it's supposed to be, like super rigid. I mean, this thing is really in there. I got the intercooler mounted, got these pipes on both sides, but I had to stop working. I connected the bottom pipes, but right here, these connecting pipes, this pipe to this intake pipe, it was broken. Ours were damaged and we forgot to order new ones. Both of them are pretty mangled, but I actually went ahead and I bought some and they already came in. So I got new intake pipes that I gotta install. So I'll be working on that, and then let's see what Peter's doing here. He got the rear bumper off again, and he got this little section that he is trying to fit to the bottom of this bumper. So bunch of customization going on right here. Got to drill some holes, put some clips, put some bolts, make it work.
Make it work. Yep. Alright, so I got the piping all buttoned up. Now it's gonna be time for the intakes, but check out what Peter got going on here. He got the bumper mounted, so this right here is fully, this little bottom lip is fully attached and got a bunch of bolts on it. So that's how it's gonna look. Oh, there's a bunch of little pieces that still go on under the bottom, but we want to test fit the wing, make sure where it mounts, figure that out, and then keep working from there. But that looks pretty cool. Alright, so I got the intake pipes on, and check this out guys, MA Performance, if you guys remember, they actually sent us new intake filters. So these are going on right there because this is our old one. Look at that thing's all torn apart. So they actually reached out to us and sent us new intake filters. So I'm actually gonna throw those on right now, just in case you wanna buy some parts. Right there, MA Performance, go check them out. so now that I got the front end assembled, I pretty much can start it, but first I want to actually fill it up with all the fluids. I did a little bit of shopping, got me some antifreeze, some new engine oil, and then some power steering fluid. It actually calls for Dextron 6. So it looks like the antifreeze is all good. I mean, I topped it off a little bit, but what I want to do right now is actually drain the power steering fluid that I filled in, drain it all out and put in fresh. I just put that power steering fluid in there just to like flush the system, because the frame guy, when he was doing the frame, he put some power steering fluid and it's not exactly this kind, and I don't know what he actually put in, so I just want to flush the whole system. But it was clear. It might have been still good, but it requires Dextron 6 and that's what I want in it, only that. So I'm gonna drain this out and put new fluids in. And while I'm under here draining oils, I'm actually gonna go ahead and change the engine oil on this thing, because I have no idea when was the last time it was changed. Alright, so the engine oil is perfect, the level's perfect, antifreeze, everything's perfect. I mean, it's right at level. So that is all good. The only thing I'm actually kind of worried about is the power steering fluid. So it didn't take all that much power steering fluid, even though I tried flushing the system, but it seems like it's taking way too little. So what I'm gonna do is disconnect one of these bottom hoses. This is a power steering line right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect it while the car is running and the pump is pumping. And if it's gonna be squirting oil out, that means there's no air pockets and the system's working. It's gonna be a little bit sketchy, but at least I'll be able to sleep at night. Oh jeez, that's great. All right guys, so I might have just ruined my camera, but at least we know that there is power steering fluid in the system and it is working. All right, so we learned two things from that situation. One is that our power steering fluid is flowing perfectly. You guys saw that pressure, and now I can go home and sleep at night. And two, that it is super hard to clean transmission fluid or power steering fluid off a lens of a camera. That thing took me longer than to figure out if the fluid is there or not. So I'm gonna end the video on that. We got the front end put together, we got all the fresh fluids in there, so now the powertrain is all set and good to go. I mean, we can take it for a drive if we want to. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, guys, because next we are starting on the wide body kit. I still have to put the interior together, but the wide body kit is coming along. Peter's working on it. So stay tuned for the next videos. It's gonna start changing drastically. We're gonna start attaching them body panels on, and we'll see you guys on the next one.